Hello and welcome to another episode of Die Rollin. I'm Jamie and there is no Adam. Today we are going to be unboxing Dice Hospital, which is in a Kickstarter that's been added in the last 2-3 years. They've added like additional runs, and you had the main and then expansion, and they've recently done one for Dice Hospital Community Care. So we're gonna unbox it again because I had a minor technical issue, and because Will wasn't here to keep an eye on the camera, I've not been able to to film all of it. The camera just died. So we're going to have another go, and we're going to unbox it again, part 2. So this is the main game. This is Dice Hospital. It is age 10 plus, it's 45 to 90 minutes, it's 1 to 4 players. Never played this game, but I get the idea that what you're trying to do is get your patients in and out, which happen to be dice, of your hospital as soon as you possibly can. So the artwork on it is pretty cool, as you can see, and it's got that sort of PC game-esque, if you've ever played like a theme park, a hospital style simulator, it has that sort of theme to it, and this is not too dissimilar. It's obviously won some awards as well in 2019. Opening it up, what we have is the rulebook, which is pretty comprehensive. It's got your game set up, it then takes you through how each phase works, and more importantly what bits mean, and obviously some optional rules as well if you want to make the game a bit harder. Your classic punch out, and if you look at the artwork on here, it's pretty cool. The sort of the sextagonal blocks, looks like you can block them together. On the back of the cards there, we've got that nice purple piece. Appears to be like a scoreboard as well, and some smaller bits and pieces, meeples, tokens, etc. It feels so bizarre doing this is the first time I've done an unboxing video on my own. It feels really bizarre doing one without Addons. And there you go. You can tell who's the pro at this and who isn't. Equally, they've got some dice. They've got these green, red and yellow dice. And not really sure what they mean. I'm assuming that's like the health of your patient. So red is like they're really critical, orange is they're not, and green they're okay. And then you've got your meeples as well, and they're like little doctors in here. The main game comes with a bag, and because as I said, I've unboxed this already once, I put the cards in here because we obviously are borrowing this game from some friends of the channel who said you really need to unbox this for us, and so we couldn't refuse. Yeah, I think that's right in terms of, if you look at that card that's colour coded, that's your ambulance there. That's an ambulance card, and then you've got like a pager here, which almost looks like an event card, and then to finish off you've got like a clipboard, which is your medical report card. So 2 red dice to the exit, I don't know. So yeah, so those are the cards, the smaller ones. Then you've got the bigger ones here. So you've got, for the main game, you've got your player aids, which tells you your turn sequence as well. Then you've got like different types. So this is an administrator card. here. That's Rita. Hi Rita. And Lewis. I'm not going to go through all of them. And then Robert, he's an administrator. He's clearly a doctor administrator, right? And then you've got like pharmacists in green. A virologist, that's a green card. Hematologist in yellow. Urologist. There's a lot of ists in medicine, isn't there? Alright, then we've got some blue. It's like paramedic, triage. Triage, there you go. Okay, I'm aware I'm just doing that, and yeah, it's not good, is it? And cardiologist. Yeah, so those are cards you've got, and those are your big A4 cards. Again, not played the game, I don't really know how they hang together, so maybe leave a comment down below and let us know if you played the game, how these bits hang together. So that is like the main game, which is exciting. But let's just have a look at the add-ons. So the add-on is an add-on just for the main game. It doesn't add any extra players, it is literally just an add-on to the game. And you getting what looks like a load of ambulances and department tiles and new specialists and blood tokens and other bits and pieces. So let's have a look. I suspect that they're like the blood tokens replace blood tokens in the main game, maybe. So again, similar sort of box. So having a look, so there seems to be like a dice tower. So this is like a dice tower. That's like a hospital. That's quite cool. And you can see there that how that makes up. That's going to make up a dice tower there. And you get some more expansions tiles. So you've got a drug trial centre, an experimental therapy centre, and a training department. I love how like Adam leaves me with the reviews for the games that are got all the hard words. They've added a new type of card in here. So an experimental chemist, that probably relates to those tiles there. Physiotherapist. These are brown coloured cards. Hematology technician, so blood technician, and a medical student. Very cool. That's very cool. Those cards there. So they're expansions. But the coolest feature of these by so far is this ambulance. Look at that. Look how cool that is. And that replaces, I think, the ambulance cards in the main game. And you can put your dice on there. Looks like you've got a space for 3 different dice. And then it says you've got additional tokens. So you've got your blood token, your death token with a skull printed on it, and these brown coloured meeple tokens to go with the brown themed cards there. So that's that. You don't get an awful lot in there, and I sort of do wonder what the value of that would be. Perhaps 20 quid? I don't know, we'll find out. But the reason for the latest Kickstarter and the reason we're doing this video is that it includes this Dice Hospital Community Care expansion, which adds a 5th player into the game, I know that, and adds a few other bits like a city expansion, so like a city and a maternity and the investments expansion. That sounds cool. So let's have a look, let's see what's in there. So obviously box. The one thing that strikes me straight off the bat is like, if you're particular about your box themes following through, is this has a very different design on the front to the main game and the expansion. Also, the main game and the expansion are glossy, and this is a matte box, so if they were sat together, yes, they would sit together, but the theme and colour of them don't seem quite the same. But FYI, if you've never played The Chocolate Factory, you should do it. It's a really fantastic game. So let's have a look at the rule book. So this has its own set of rules. And unlike the other one, which was like a big square one, this is much more sort of manageable. And again, looking inside it, very high quality graphics. Very easy to read. It appears on first glance to be very well laid out. And what you find with expansions to the main game is if they're a good publisher, which Alleycat Games tends to be, they tend to listen to the community, and so you tend to have like a revised rule book with a much better layout if it wasn't better before. So there you go. Equally, it comes with your expansions, so it's got your pop outs, and I think these pink ones here, they look like the maternity ones. And nurses station, critical care, clinic, you've got wards. I don't think we've seen wards before in any of the other ones. Maybe we have, maybe I just wasn't paying attention. And absolutely loads and loads and loads. So this is for Autonomer, which is clearly like a one-player expansion to the game. I don't know. There you go. Maybe that's what that financial investment thing is. Like adds that Autonomer single player to the game. You need to read it and have a look. There you go. Make sure you're checking Adam out for his single player videos, by the way. I think I've got one up and coming soon as well. Yeah, loads of maternity, like maternity unit, midwife centre, midwife training room coming up. Very cool. Very cool. In terms of cards, we have a load of Autonomer cards here, and they are, if you can have a see, loads of bits and pieces in there. And then we've got the maternity expansion with your pink cards here, including your family physician. It looks a little bit like Adam, maybe. And some additional like an administrator cards, and then obviously that's your investment, so you've got your investment advisors. I wonder if any of them look like doctors. No, but this guy here looks like a sales consultant that I once worked with. There you go, you know who you are. Some additional dice for your 5th player expansion. You then got another set of Autonomer cards, some smaller ones. Some pink dice, including some little pink ones, which I have no idea, but again, dice are dice. It's got like this really big baby dice. So maybe that's how many babies you have. Like, is it 1 or is it 2 babies? I don't know. Leave a comment down below. Then we've got some meeples. So we've got like a medicine meeple. Obviously they come in all the different colours, like red, green, yellow, blue. A syringe. And of course, like a pregnant lady. Look at that. I think it's a pregnant lady, or it's a man holding a briefcase. I don't know. I don't know. Oh no! I just dropped one. We got a man down. Hang on, 2 seconds. There you go. Right, and then of course we've got some pink doctors and some like light grey, white doctors. I don't know, but they are there. And of course for your city expansion, you've got a load. Hang on, try and get them out. Of these hospital cards, and they all seem to be pretty much the same, or a sort of a variation on a theme. And there's a good pile of those. Oh yeah, so yeah. They seem to have like, that's got like a pink thing. I love, yeah, when we get into that, I'm sure we'll find out what that is. So, that there is our unboxing of the new Dice Hospital Kickstarter with the Kickstarter exclusives in there. Looking at the expansions. Basically, if you're into the original Dice Hospital, you can have a look at what it is. We will hopefully do a review of this game in our channel. But in the meantime, let's do the admin. So let's see if I can get this right. Please find us on all our social media channels, which includes Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, but not TikTok. Please make a comment, like, subscribe. So let us know what you think. We've got quite an active community now, and it's nice to see you guys like chatting away to each other. But more importantly, stay safe and keep rolling.